Aaron Tuttle here for Ferguson Roof Systems. For 43 years, Ferguson Roof Systems has been protecting Oklahoma's homes and businesses with quality roofing services. Their goal was to be the most honest and dependable roofing company in the state, all while providing free services such as lifetime labor warranty and annual inspections. Well, mission accomplished with thousands of client testimonials, an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, and a 5-star rating on Google. Look, the weather gives you enough to worry about, so why worry about who to trust with your roof? Call Ferguson Roof Systems today or find out more at fergusonroofsystems.com.
Hey there, everyone. Meteorologist Aaron Tuttle back with you again. And looks like this time around Facebook actually notified a few of you. I got my notification that I was live 2 days ago, last night. And I'm like, well, that does me no good. So obviously there was a server issue, at least with my account on Facebook. So hopefully they've got that thing worked out. But that means is another excuse or reason for you to sign up to get direct notifications from me when I do go live. So in the comment section on Facebook, I'm going to post my link here to where you can opt in to get the weather updates so you don't miss a single one. I usually send these to you directly through your Facebook Instant Messenger, so that way you don't miss out. Just make sure you manage messages every now and then in the prompt that you'll get in your Facebook message from me, and that way it'll kind of re-opt you in so you can keep getting the updates. Because otherwise, as we found out, you depend upon the algorithms for Facebook to let you know when I'm live. It doesn't always work, so this is a good workaround. Also, guys on YouTube, thanks for tuning in, joining in. Always good to see your comments. Always glad to see that you guys can continue the community up there, so that's pretty cool. And also on Twitter, see you guys out there as well, so thanks for checking in as in addition. So multiple ways to watch me, and finally on Rumble. You can also watch on Rumble, which is another new thing that I've added. So that'll be the case for now. Gab TV is still, they're slow. They gotta get things going more. And I'll be live on there as well. So I'm trying to get as many platforms as I can to reach you in various places out there in social media world. Okay, with all that said and done, with the business done, let's get on to the action. Out there currently, you may have noticed some cloud cover. Hey, we had some of that yesterday, which helped to keep those temperatures down a few degrees in many areas compared to Tuesday. Tuesday was, of course, brutal, nasty. We don't need to repeat that, do we? Let's not harp on the past, as they say. As far as the temperatures are concerned, I'm at 96 degrees here in my backyard on my Tempest weather station. 96.1 to be exact. It's been climbing by a tenth of a degree. Looks like every few seconds. I got a south wind, and yeah, there's still some sunshine out there. So we're going to have to see what happens with later on today and tomorrow as some more clouds build. And yes, you came to the right place to hear the right word. Rain. So woohoo! Now out there currently we still have the brutal heat weather advisory. So in other words, the humidity out there across Texas and most of Oklahoma is still going to make it pretty feel oppressive. And then if you look out east to the purple area, it's an excessive heat warning. Of course, we had that here, but thank goodness we're getting a break. Now, as we talked about, temperatures are a little cooler depending on the cloud cover. So we're 80s, for example, out here in northwest Oklahoma, some low 90s out there, upper 80s down south. You know, it wasn't, this time a couple days ago, we were already at 100 degrees plus, so I'll take this break. Now, we are seeing 100 degrees out here across eastern Oklahoma, unfortunately, so there are some hot spots out there. When you do factor in the humidity, the heat index value is still pretty oppressive, so it feels more like 100 degrees here in Oklahoma City metro area. Feels more like 110 once you get out there the east sides of the state toward Fort Smith, where they got a little bit more, of course, of that greener vegetation, which adds insult to injury. Now, as far as wind speeds out there, well, they're not bad. They're a little breezy, kind of help take a little bit of the edge off maybe from the heat. We've got south-southwest winds at times. Sometimes they're variable, sometimes they're out of the southeast. A weak cold front moved in, so we kind of have a weak center of high pressure at the surface behind that boundary. But we have some other things going on that's going to help the terrain. Now, the drought, we talked about a flash drought kicking in. That is indeed what happened. So flash drought continues. In other words, it's a rapid increase in dry conditions because of the extreme heat. And so that jacked us back up. Extreme in parts of the state, but at least it's not exceptional, at least not yet. But it may not get to that period because we do have some good news in the extended outlook, which I talked about on my live the other day, which most of you didn't see, so you can always go back and recap that. I talked about the extended outlook in August. Meanwhile, for today, let's focus on what's happening in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Take a look at the jet stream pattern here. And remember, put this on the I'll put this graphical for you so you can see. We're going to focus our area of high pressure right here aloft. And remember, air flows clockwise around a high. And what you're going to focus on are these little guys right here that kind of rotate through, right? And anytime you see energy on the map where it says brighter colors, that's a lot of lift in the atmosphere. So you see a lot of these brighter colors, that's a lot of lift, meaning cloud cover and some rainfall if other things are present. So let's take a look here. So we go through time. That ridge stays out west, but look what happens here across Oklahoma. You see those bright colors right here over the central part of the state? Woohoo! Now that's through tomorrow. Now on Saturday, there's still a little bit of a hint of it. And then over the weekend on Sunday, that high, yeah, you see that on Sunday afternoon? It kind of expands. So the center of it is pretty much, I'd say right about here. We may end up having is kind of one here and one here. So I'll split the difference and call it right here. And of course the air flows like this around the high. So what happens is it kind of squelches cloud cover and rainfall and also cranks up the heat a little bit. So our temperatures this weekend are going to get probably a little bit warm as a result of that. But it looks like from prior model data it was transient, meaning that the high wouldn't stay here more than a few days and it'll go back out here to the Four Corners area where it typically resides over the summer. Okay, so let's take a close-up look at that so we can see that upper level disturbance, the little energy. So there it is, forming right here over central Oklahoma. You see that? I'm going to come back and forth, a little spiraling motion. That's good. That's lift. And guess where that is? Smack dab in the middle of Oklahoma. So what we'll do is, what that causes like a spiraling motion of just gradual lift in the atmosphere. So little showers, storms will bubble up and rotate kind of in a counterclockwise fashion along with it. So in reality, it's kind of like an upper level low. So with an upper level low, instead of winds flowing clockwise, you get winds that flow counterclockwise in the motion. So you might see those storms kind of go up to the north, to the northwest, to the west, to the southwest in the movement, or to the like this. So it might be a little oddball look to the raindrops you normally see as far as the movement of those. If you're tracking my weather app, AT's Weather to Go, and you're looking at radar to see if some of those are going to hit you, that would be the reason why they kind of move in an odd fashion. Okay, so now we know there's an upper level storm system. Of course, you have the weak front in place, so all that's good. Let's see here. The next one we have is the actual rainfall output. So let's see what happens with model data. This kind of gives you the idea of what I'm talking about. So if I watch this, see how stuff just kind of bubbles up and kind of in a circular fashion dies out for tonight and then picks right back up tomorrow morning. Look at that. And then dies out and then picks right back up a little bit Friday afternoon. So we've got a few rounds of instability with that upper level low that's going to help to provide some rainfall off and on. So that's some good news. Right now, you notice it's kind of scattered in nature. So in other words, not everybody's going to get wet, I'm afraid. I can't promise everybody to get the rain. But at least those that do should get some pretty decent amounts. Here's a look at the rainfall forecast for those. Kind of give you an idea here. This little guy, say east of Tinker, and again, the models won't know the exact position of these, just a general picture of an inch of rain. Just kind of give you an idea how much rain you'll get in a short amount of time with some of these thunderstorms. And the models do favor some higher areas, especially down here in southern Oklahoma. There's an inch and a half, looks like close to 2 inches down here south of Duncan and across the Red River on into North Texas. So yes, more rain for North Texas along the Red River. Elsewhere scattered across central, northeastern, northern, western Oklahoma. So that's some good news. Just some scattered showers and some thunderstorms for again this afternoon and then again tomorrow. Now, one thing with the rain I'll mention, if you take a look here, this is what the model data kind of hints at. See these little pockets of brown? See, that's a wind speed of 58 miles per hour there. There's a wind speed of 54. So in the summertime, unfortunately, we do get these damaging downbursts of windfall sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. Other conditions are there, and so the models do hint that today will be one of those days. You might get some pocket of damaging wind up around 50 to 60 miles per hour, something too crazy. On Friday, there's still a few semblances of that. There's a little guy there that shows up in the data. Not many as tomorrow compared to today, so maybe a little bit different. And then looks like tomorrow afternoon, there's a couple down here south along the Red River. So pretty much anywhere where you see a thunderstorm, you might see a little gusty wind along with the rain. Okay, so temperature-wise, let's take a look at it. All right, so this afternoon, obviously a little bit cooler, as we talked about. So we're obviously in the 100-degree range already for eastern Oklahoma. About 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we're mid-90s here, central, western, a lot of northern. So very few 100s out there this afternoon, especially the cloud cover increasing and some of those raindrops. So that's some really good news. Now tonight, Lows are still pretty on the muggy side. So you've noticed that humidity is kind of anchoring around here. So, but it's a mixture of 70s from anywhere from low to high across the state. And as we head into tomorrow afternoon, we're back into the 90s. So you see there might be a couple 100s sneaking in, maybe little hot spots. Like there's 99 there on the map, probably down here along the Red River. Yeah, there's 99. So they might have a couple of 100s sneaking in for Friday. But overall, that's a much better map temperature-wise, obviously, than how we started out the week. Now on Saturday, remember the ridge starting to build in the upper levels, so now we're back into upper 90s and more 100s that show up. And on Sunday, same thing. Looks like a lot more 100s start to show up across the state. Now we're also talking about the humidity for today, so I'm going to show you the heat index values. All right, so let's get to this afternoon. You do see heat index values climbing around 105 to 107 to 110 across eastern Oklahoma. 108 there, and 109 Muskogee and Tulsa. So it kind of gives you an idea. Even though the temperature's a little cooler, it's not going to necessarily feel that way just because of the humidity. But here, western central Oklahoma, it's not as bad, of course, because we have an increase in cloud cover and some of those showers and thunderstorms. And you can see the impact of the thunderstorms in the model data when you look up here to the north. For example, these little red areas, like, wow, how did temperatures drop to 77 degrees, 75 degrees in the afternoon or evening? Well, because the thunderstorms went through and that rain cooled air. Okay, so let's talk about, we'll just skip to the forecast. How about this? Let's go to the numbers as we head into Oklahoma City for the next several nights. Overnight lows will still be on the muggy side and the warmer side of things, so upper 70s mostly. At least we're out of the record-setting low 80s. And then daytime highs right around 100 degrees or better over the weekend. So probably our peak of the heat may end up being right around Monday or Tuesday. And these numbers are subject to change a little bit because, all models won't agree on the upper pattern completely as far as the placement of that upper ridge. Plus, there are some indications to get some more rain next week. Any help in the cloud cover or raindrops will help to knock temperatures back down into the 90s where they really should be. Where I think all of us would like for them to be forever in the summer or even cooler. But anyway, so there are some signs, though, as you can see here in the dip in the temperatures, that there is a light on the horizon, right? And I did detail a lot of that for you on the last broadcast that I did that most of you didn't get to see. So if you'd like to go watch that replay, you can. I take you on in August, and we take a look at the long-term pattern. And it was back when I was trying to give you some good news when we were talking about the bad news of the instant heat that we were going to see for Tuesday. All right, well, that's it for me. I got to get out of here, but I do appreciate you guys stopping by today. Always be safe out there. Drink plenty of water. Stay cool in the shade if you can. Don't let the heat sneak up on you. Indoors, obviously, you're going to have to keep the AC cranked, which is going to cost you some money. Same here. I saw my electric bill just because I've been, rather than suffering with a temperature of 80 and 78 inside, try to save money. I said, you know what? I'm going to put 76 and put the fan on high. And that was good enough to keep me comfortable as long as I don't do anything too crazy. So that's kind of how I do it. It's kind of mediated a little bit. But it's, it's summertime. It's a peak. So you're going to get a little bit of electric bump on you with these temperatures over 100 degrees. There's no way you can escape it. Let's see. Weather app, AT's Weather to Go. Make sure you download that. Apple, Google Play. You can track the rainfall as it makes its way toward your direction. Got little arrows on there of direction. Kind of see where it's moving. And let's see what else. I think that's about it. Little inside knowledge for you. I did pick my broker for real estate yesterday, so I'm now part of the team of Metro Brokers. I'm very excited to join that group. I'll be under Kathleen Forrest, so I've known her for a while, and I thought, you know what, let's do it. So I'll be getting all that together here over the next couple of days, joining Jody in our team, so it's going to be called Team Tuttle Real Estate. She's been doing real estate for about 12 years, and during COVID and everything going on, I said, you know what, I don't know what's happening in this world. Let me learn a few extra trades, and I can help you out on the real estate side. Because there's some crazies out there, right? And it seems like mental illness is going through the roof. So I'm just like, you're gonna need some backup. You're gonna need some guns when it comes to showing some houses. So I'm gonna be around. So I figure I might as well just go ahead and make it official. So we'll be Team Tuttle Realty. So make sure you give us a holler if you're gonna sell. If you want to sell your home or buy one. That way we can get you covered. You can check out our website. It's teamtuttlerealty.com. Tuttle spelled just like my name and the town. And got a Facebook page as well. Same name. You can check that out too. And I'll have more about that a little bit later. But meanwhile, I hope you've enjoyed a little bit of a cool down that we've had, and definitely enjoy a little bit of rain. You know what? I know I can't promise you all get it, but for those that do, jump outside, scream up and down, holler, hoot, and maybe we'll get more out of it, right? Almost like the old school rain dance that Native Americans did. So maybe it'll work in the new days. So we'll see. All right, you guys have a great rest of your afternoon. We'll talk again soon. Take care.